Hey, everybody. I hope everyone is having a lovely start to today. For those of you who don't know me, Gabriella, and I'm a holistic healer now over 20 years. I'm 55 years old. I don't do any fancy treatments. I just do foundational health and take good care of myself. I will say I have bought a few things before I get down to business on TikTok Shop. So this is the Uzio oversized shirt. They have it in black and white, but Amazon has other colors too. But yeah, the thing is like definitely a must-have. It has like bat wings and stuff, but it's really comfortable, and if it dies, it wasn't that expensive. And I just tried the Stila eyeshadow, Stila, and oh, it came out really nice with these kind of strange eyes that I have. I used to have really blue eyes, and now they kind of change between like an ocean green, gray. They're changing all the time. So I can't really control my eye color, but whoa. But the Stila thing really made it fast. So for anybody looking for some good makeup that'll stay on, like I ride, I'm in the wind, my eyes are tearing, I have allergies, and this Stila sand lasts great. I might actually set up a TikTok shop. I don't buy a lot of things. I have had to replace my entire wardrobe because I just got rid of everything from the past 7 years to really kind of find myself again, which will go into my question of the day for today. Get to the point, right, Gabby? I did talk about alignment the other day, but I want to address it again because Mountain CEO, who is on here, go find her and look at her original post. She's walking through the mountains, and it's really cool, and I didn't know how to like put this on here and talk about it, but she's really cool, and she's actually following mission and purpose, or in the process of discovering it for herself and getting into authentic alignment. And she's a mother, and so she's doing this in front of her children, and she's having this cathartic, beautiful butterfly experience because, like I've talked about in some of my other videos, the easiest way to control a population is to make you completely, also besides the other things I've mentioned, misguided. So you grow up, your parents have been programmed too, so they're doing the best they can. It's not their fault. There's no reason to be angry with your parents. If you're over the age of 25, take responsibility for yourself, folks. And if you're still angry at your parents for shit, you've really got to kind of go to therapy because you're a grown adult that needs to take, responsibility for you. So, being in authentic alignment, what happens is the reason we get so lost is we have programmed parents, then a terrible school system, which I addressed the other day, and you get lost in people pleasing and kind of trying to fulfill your parents' wishes for you. Like, I should be a doctor, I should be a lawyer, I should be something that makes, a ton of money, like a ton of money, right? And the thing is, they want you, dog chewing on himself. They want you lost in chasing the money and not being your authentic self. Like, there are lawyers that should be artists. There are artists that should be doctors. I mean, I could go on and on. And that state of confusion creates a society where they think they're helping children find their authentic selves by allowing them to identify as a cat or a dog or a horse. And I've seen it on videos, and I've seen it on the street. Like, I've seen it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's wrong for someone to dress up as something. We do it at Halloween. But to perpetuate, I identify as a furry mammal that's not human, when you are a human, and then expect everybody to follow suit, that is a lie. You're perpetuating a lie. And so, the more we perpetuate children and delusion, the worse these kids are going to have it. And these kids have it pretty bad. Like, I saw a video the other day of a mother, like a little girl said, "I'm a boy," or something like that. But I saw a video, and the mother came back and said, no, you're not. You were born a little girl. You will always be a girl. You will grow up to be a woman, and that's what you are. And stop, making up lies. And the little girl went, oh, I am a little girl. Okay. And then, continued on. But somebody clearly had said something to that child to make that child think a certain way. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay. I do believe in reincarnation. All right. So do I know I have been a man before? I do. But I am a female in this lifetime, and no amount of drugs that I take or reconstructive surgery is going to turn me into a biological male. And so, yeah, I see like men get away with like murder pretty much. And I kind of go, being a woman's a little hard. And then we have all these hormonal changes, menopause, and people start treating you differently. Men start treating you differently. If you're over 50, no one wants to date you. If you do look the way I kind of look, a little more youthful than 55 because of my holistic practices, then people want to date you for how you look. And, like my friend Mark was here and he said, why haven't you dated? Why aren't you on dating apps? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Oh, after my last set of lessons, I'm tired. I said, I am not interested. I just want to focus on my mission and purpose, why God put me here. I want to help as many people and animals as I can. And I'm going to build everything that now twice with 2 different men didn't work because they were expecting me to do it. And I wanted an abundant life, and I wanted to build something, and both men were not interested in different ways. So, that's why I'm not dating. So like I get on here and I've made a couple of new authentic friends, like Mountain CEO I really like, Coach X, he's really great because he's genuine. We're just like sharing information about like health. He's not like, how you doing? Or, like what it's just all like the silly things that you can tell like people are trying to hit on you, or, you've got a lot of scams. And, if I have, I think I'm on my 10th Keanu Reeves telling me like, that they want to meet me, and I'm like, ugh. Like seriously, wow. So anyway, authentic alignment. I work with a lot of parents and their children to help with alignment. When a child is guided towards alignment and truly finding their authentic mission and purpose, and that's not to be a cat or a dog or anything else, but who they are, these kids become powerhouses because they have authentic alignment, they know who they are, and then if you teach them love and proper communication skills and following their dreams in like the positive way, oh my God, you've got an individual that cannot be lied to, manipulated, somebody that researches the truth. I mean, you create an entire population of powerhouse people that the 1% can't manipulate with their lies and their programming. I've helped so many children get off really ugly meds like lithium. Kid just ended up being super talented, super gifted, super other skills. And I had the privilege of working with that young person. They're in their 20s today, and they're like rocking their lives. One of their things though that they said was, do I have to be a healer like you? And I'm like, no, you don't have to be a healer. You use those beautiful skills that God gave you in the way that you feel guided to use them. And they have created all sorts of positive projects script-wise, and they're doing quite well. So authentic alignment means really guiding the child to find who they are, why they're here, giving them all the skills, communication skills like active listening, all those things, understanding of psychology around humans, giving them experience with other animals. It's so important you create super human beings, and then even more of their skill sets come out, and it's beautiful. So what Mountain CEO is doing is a living example to her children so that they can be their best from the start and not have to go through everything she's gone through. So I applaud her. I hope this helps some people. If you need some help with your child or yourself, connectedenergyhealing.com. Stay off those weird medications. There's other ways to handle it. I was very lucky that my parents never did that to me. and I have great coping mechanisms for other kids and adults. All right, connected energy healing.